Hi everyone, in today's video I am going to be doing a full face of Ilia Beauty. I've become more familiar with this brand through Lindsay on YouTube. Her kind of channel name is Dirt Naturals and she features only clean beauty brands on her channel, and she is amazingly talented and very informative, and her videos are such good quality, so I will definitely leave her channel linked down below. So a lot of these products I picked up based on her recommendations through her videos. I also was able to pick up these products through this website called Kato Beauty, which only sells clean beauty products, and I learned about this website through Lindsay, and they were doing 20% off the whole site when I picked up these products, so it was just perfect. The only thing that is on my skin right now is my Glossier Priming Moisturizer Rich. I don't have any primer on or anything. I'm just going to go straight in with the products. So I'm first starting out with the Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation, and I'm using the shade Chios. I would have said Chios, but I looked up the pronunciation because I don't want to look like an idiot, and apparently it's Chios. I don't know, but this is the shade that I'm using right here. I have used this foundation a handful of times. I'm not sure that it's the most perfect match for me, but I'm wearing a turtleneck today, so it doesn't really matter if my foundation matches me perfect. I do think that I prefer it blended out with a brush rather than a sponge. I think that the sponge absorbs just a little bit too much from this foundation, and the brush leaves me with a better coverage. I definitely think it's very true to its name though. It definitely looks like skin on the face and has a very like serum-like formula. It is very pretty on the skin, as you can see. Yeah, it is a little bit light for me. I do think I have a little bit of remnants of self-tan, but we will just cover that up. I'm next going to go in with the Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer, and this is in the shade Yucca. This concealer is definitely very, very light for me. It was really challenging to pick a shade online. So Lindsay on YouTube recommends that you leave the concealer on for as long as possible and then blend it out, so you get the most coverage out of it. And I have done that before with other concealers, so I'm a big fan of doing that with my Urban Decay Naked Skin, RIP, and just other more liquidy concealers. I definitely think it makes a difference, so I'm glad that she mentioned that about this concealer so that I can do that. I definitely need a little bit more coverage in certain areas where I'm having like a little bit of scarring, like around my lip and stuff. So I'm going to start blending out the concealer that isn't around my eyes because I want the most coverage right there. But I am using a sponge with this because I really don't ever like blending out my concealer with a brush. I'm just going to take kind of some product over my eyelids. So I think that the skin looks really nice and pretty and natural and very glowy. I am going to apply a little bit of concealer over my scar, and I want to do another layer over the scar right here, and maybe just one right here, because we are going in with some cream products, and I don't want the cream products to like lift any of my coverage, you know? So I'm going to have to be careful about that. So I let this just sit a little bit, and I'm taking my IT Cosmetics concealer brush and I'm pressing the product into the skin because I want to get the most coverage out of it. Okay, and that covered pretty well. So I don't have a bronzing product from Ilia. I'm not sure that they even have one. So I am going to use my Physicians Formula Sculpting Bronzer. I love this guy a lot. So I have two blushers from Ilia. I have one and it's a multi-stick and it's in the shade At Last, and it's very beautiful. It looks like this, and I will swatch it for you. So that is what At Last looks like. It's very pretty. I have the Color Haze Multi Matte Pigment, which I have been interested in for a little while, and this is in the shade Wake Up, or Waking Up? Waking Up. I don't really understand the applicator of this one. Like, I don't understand why it has like the little metal applicator. It's not like I'm putting it underneath my eyes. That would be very scary. But I do think I'm going to use the shade Waking Up today. And from the applicator, I'm going to take it on my very, very favorite brush to use for cream products. I'm going to more so press it into the skin rather than swiping it because I don't want to lose any of the coverage that I have placed below it. Always gotta add a little bit of blush to the nose. I just think it's so cute. But I love how this looks. It's looking very fresh on the skin and very pretty, and everything looks very seamless. I do want to add more blush, but I want to go in with my highlighter before I do that. I have the Ilia Liquid Light Serum Highlighter, and this is in the shade Astrid. And I will swatch Astrid for you because I am going to apply it like directly from my hand with a beauty blender. But that is what Astrid looks like. It is very pretty. I do wonder if they had lighter shades than this one. They probably did have a selection of them. This is what Astrid looks like on the skin. That is very pretty. I do want to add some more blush over top, so this is a good idea. This would also be very beautiful to maybe mix in with a matte foundation or use underneath your makeup as well. You know what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to take some of my multi-stick now, the one in the shade At Last, and I'm going to take it on my brush, obviously. I never really go in directly with a stick, well, aside from this guy right here, but I just really don't want to give my makeup the opportunity to kind of slip around, you know what I mean? So I always take that extra precaution and just go directly in with a brush so I can kind of control it a little bit more. And I just want to take a little bit of this guy to kind of place over top. Hopefully you guys don't mind the product mixing. Before I move on to my eyeshadow, I do have a brow product from Ilia. I have their Essential Brow Natural Volumizing Brow Gel, and I'm using the shade Dark Brown. It's just a brow gel, so I know I'm going to need some extra brow help. Actually, I'm going to show you what the brows will look like with just the product, and then I'll go in as needed with my brow pencil. But I will need just a little bit of assistance, especially with this little bald area right here. I need to definitely clean up the brows a little bit. Ew, it's doing something weird. It's like pilling up almost. So that is what my brows look like with just the brow gel in them, but I am definitely going to fill them in just a little bit more with my Anastasia brow pencil. Oh, this brow product is this brow product is like really flaking. I should pull you guys in closer to see. I wonder if you guys can see the little like flakes, especially over here. That's like kind of alarming. Yeah, I don't know if I like that brow gel. It's like flaking all over the place, which is super duper weird. I'm using the Ilia Warm Nude, the Necessary eyeshadow palette, and this is what the palette looks like. It has some very beautiful shades in it. I'm going in with this shade right here first. It is a matte shade. It also has an equal amount of matte and shimmer, which is amazing. But with a smaller brush, I'm going to go in with that deeper brown shade, like a chocolatey brown. Actually, I think I'm going to mix the two shades together so it doesn't come off too harsh right off the bat. Also, I didn't use a primer at all. I just used whatever was left over on my foundation brush. I'm going to go in with that chocolatey brown shade and do my fave little smoky liner look. And I'm just going to clean it up with my concealer. I'm going to take this beautiful bronzy shade and I'm going to apply it all over my eyelid. I'm really glad this doesn't pull super gold, because I actually don't love gold eyeshadow on me. And then I'm going to apply this shade over top of it just to kind of brighten up the look a little bit. I just feel like with the wing liner it got a little deep, so I'm just going to fix that up a little bit. I am going to take the lighter shade and hit my brow bone with it though. I am really not a fan of these brows right now. I feel like I would love the look right now if my brows looked better. I'm going to take a little bit of that very first transition shade that we used, and I'm running that on my lower lash line. And I'm also going to take that lighter shimmery shade and apply it right in there. My inner corner. I don't know if Ilia has a setting powder. I actually don't really like clean beauty setting powders. I haven't found one that I am a big fan of. I always hate when I put setting powder on though, and I feel like I've lost my blush. I'm just pressing some blush back into my cheeks just for some color. For my mascara, I do have a mascara from Ilia. I've heard really amazing things about this mascara and I've used it a couple of times and it is very nice. It is not a dud like the RMS mascara. That one sucked so bad. This one is really nice. It does a really beautiful job at separating the lashes and also giving like volume and length. The wand is a little bit hard though, so you know, like when you're putting on a mascara and it's like a little bit painful to put on, I feel like this guy is kind of like that. I feel like this mascara definitely performs like a conventional mascara. Like there's no compromising here. For my lips, I'm taking the Ilia Color Block lipstick in the shade Marsala. My mom actually loves this lipstick. She like just found it in my room one day and she put it on and she was like, can I get that lipstick that's in the pretty tube? So I'm just going to give it to her after this video, but it's really pretty. It's definitely not my perfect pinky brown nude. I feel like it has a little bit more purple in it, but my mom's really into that, so that's why she really likes it. But I still think it's super flattering. I very much like it and I love the formula of it. It is so comfortable on the lips. Like it almost feels like a full coverage lip treatment or something. It is very, very nice. So this is what my makeup is looking like right now. I will pull you guys in closer so you can get a good look at the skin. So here's everything very up close and personal. This is what the skin is looking like right now. I wasn't able to like fully cover up some of the scarring like right here. I love how the cheeks turned out. I feel like everything looks really nice and glowy. The eyeshadow and the lashes I'm really into. The lips I'm really into. The eyebrows I'm not really into. I kind of want to redo them, but I'm just going to leave them because I want to get on with my day. The time right now is 9:40. I don't know when I'll be back. I don't have work or anything today, but I'm going to hang out with my boyfriend and we're going to go to the mall and maybe get lunch or something. So I'll just be back, you know, whenever you see me next. Hi everyone, the time now is 4:42. I don't know how long it's been. It's been, you know, a work day, like a long time, and this is what I'm looking like right now. I am so oily, like very, very oily. I think if you have oily skin, you will probably hate this skin combination. And obviously in the video I did powder my skin, so you saw me do that, and also off camera I did set my skin with Urban Decay All Nighter and I still ended up so oily, just so oily. I also did change my eyebrows, but even though I am really oily, I will say my cheek products lasted the whole time. It's still very much there. I did take a nap today, so yeah, honestly, in terms of like longevity, I think that these products are quite good. Even though I am super oily right now, I don't really see anything fading. It's just, you know, I'm very shiny. And even with my eyeshadow, I don't really notice any fading with my eyeshadow, but I do notice like obvious creasing. And what I really want to know is the mascara. My mascara looks really good after all of these hours and sleeping. There's no smudging or flaking or anything going on my face with the mascara, which is amazing. So I've pulled you up closer so you can see the skin up close. Like I said, there isn't like really any fading. I mean, I guess where I try to cover up the scarring here and here, it did fade quite a bit. But in terms of like my blush and cheek products, it's still very intense and vibrant. I'm just looking like so oily right now. I also did change my eyebrows. I had to. I couldn't with the brows. It was just really bad. So I did change my eyebrows, but as you can see, there's absolutely no like smudging or flakes from the mascara, which is really, really good. I'm going to take my beauty blender and kind of like pick up any oil. I also didn't notice a ton of smile line creasing or really under the eye creasing. I mean, There is a little bit, but that's kind of to be expected, and no real creasing in my nose creases, which is really surprising in my opinion. I feel like I always crease there. So I just touched everything up quite a bit, and I think it looks really good. I would feel very comfortable midway through just touching up with a quick blot and some powder and, you know, going on with the rest of my day. I don't feel like there was an excessive amount of creasing, which is really nice considering how oily I was. I would just think maybe bring the concealer to do any like quick touch-ups that you need. Let's do a quick rundown of the products. The True Skin Serum Foundation and the concealer. I like the concealer quite a bit. I do wish I got a more true to skin tone shade in this. Maybe one day I'll pick one up. And the serum foundation, I don't really think I'll find myself using this too often just because I already have oily skin and I do love to look glowy, but I don't like to look overly oily like how this product made me look. The blushes I find myself to be really liking. I definitely think I would pull these out when I use other complexion products. I love the versatility of cream blushes, and I think that these two cream blushes come in really nice shade ranges. And I also think the longevity of the cream blush is really great. I am very happy with it, and I'm excited to be using these more. The highlight I think is really beautiful. It's definitely a highlight. It gives a really great glow, and I do think that this product would be really amazing used as kind of like a mixing medium where you can mix it in with like a more matte foundation or maybe mix it in with some skincare to give yourself a nice beautiful glow. So I like this product. The brow product I really don't like. It's flaky, it's weird, you know, it's not the best brow gel. I don't even think it really holds the brows that well. So I would definitely skip the brow gel because of how expensive it is as well. I don't like that. The eyeshadow palette I think is beautiful, and I think it is a great everyday eyeshadow palette. I think it has all of the colors that you need in it. You don't need to dip into other palettes, which is really amazing. And I think the colors definitely lasted on the eyes. I do think it would have helped a little bit if I had a primer, or maybe would have left my eyelids bare and not put the serum foundation on there because of how oily it made me. It probably did contribute to the oil production on my eyelids. The mascara formula is absolutely gorgeous. I think it does an amazing job lifting the lashes and adding volume to them and length and definition, and I'm so happy that it didn't flake all over my face even after a nap, which is amazing. So this guy is really great. And last for my lipstick, I think the lipstick formula is gorgeous. It's very comfortable. It feels really good on the lips. My lips don't feel dry at all, which is really good. Sometimes after I wear a lipstick, certain lipstick formulas, my lips will kind of be really dry and all the moisture will be taken out. I definitely think that there are ingredients in this guy that kind of treat the lips almost and add some moisture into the lips and just keep it from getting dry, which is really good. If you are familiar with the Ilia Beauty lipsticks and there's a shade in the line that you think I would really like, let me know because I would be into trying it. Let me know what your thoughts on the Ilia Beauty line are. I would be curious to see what you would consider picking up and what you would consider